They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the... And that's caught inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
He hits White, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Red zone opportunity. This is the first carry for Rob Kelly. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Here's a carry now for Keith Marshall. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Dustin Hopkins now for the Redskins field goal. And Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. And the first 3 points of the night belong to our home team as they get the field goal on the game's initial drive.
A good, solid drive. It didn't wind up in the end zone, but that's okay. You've got something positive on the board, and you got the early lead.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. Gets through, and now an opening. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, Detroit. So they gave up the field goal, but boom, they get it right back. Don't even worry about getting their offense on the field. They return it on the kickoff.
So I see your 3 points.
And raise you.
And raise you 6. Double it up, coming right back at them. And if that's going to be the trade all game long, someone's going to be very happy with the end result.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That's fielded in the end zone. So out now come the Redskins. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Green, 39.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Shift together here from the D-line.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Play clock winding down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
You got it. You got it. Set. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back down in that Philly. Here we go.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. And the tight end goes in motion left. He'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for the Redskins on 3rd down. 46 yards. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Now a carry for P-Ryan. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard pickup, but still a few chain links short, it appears, with 4th down coming up.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Dustin Hopkins now for the Redskins field goal. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On first down, it's Stafford. His throw incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And that'll bring up second down. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. To the right and complete to Galladay. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. A second down run for Abdullah. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and we'll still get the first down. They love being physical.
It's brought in left side by Tate. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That throw good for 4. It's second down. On second down, here's Stafford. The left side completion to Jones. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Back to the ground now. Here's Abdullah. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Redskins scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. Going right side here, and that's complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. They're going to run it with Abdullah. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. Very tough spot here for the offense to start.
All right, here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Watch it, knock it out, Philly. Here we go. Over.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Looking to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs, so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They run with Abdullah. And they'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll run here. Abdullah. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. 3-4 defense, usually here you'll see the linebackers come up, make those plays, but the nose tackle also vital.
That was so vital because what you just pointed out, normally he eats up blockers that allows the linebackers to get to the ball carrier. In this case, he did his job and then some, and there was no gain at all for the runner.
They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And Hopkins' kick is good. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. On the return, Dwayne Washington. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for Detroit. 43 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. 3rd and 2, Stafford. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Luke Wilson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are in for 6. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So here's the Redskins offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Leopard! Leopard! Over!
He'll drop to throw. He'll drop it off to Pirine, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56! Now let's go! No, check! Patriot! Detroit! 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 Switch! Gun!
They'll look to throw here. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Devon Kennard in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
Hurry up, here we go! Watch it now! Hurry up, here we go! Over! Here we go now! Leopard! Green 39! Green 39! All right now, Lucky 56! Lucky 56! Leopard! Watch it now, Barney! Back there!
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Here we go!
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Under pressure again, And down he goes again. Sean Robinson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And Detroit getting set to go now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. This looks like a free play for Stafford. Going for the deep ball. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Following the penalty, Abdullah. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Here's Stafford. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A good 1st down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And incomplete on the deep ball. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. And it's 3rd and short. The Lions on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Washington on 3rd and short. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. From the red zone now, Stafford. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it. Could not hold on through the end of the play. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires. We
talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Here's the battering ram Blunt. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. And tough starting field position here.
No. Patriot, here we go now. Detroit,
They go play action here on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. Stafford on first down. And his throw here is incomplete. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Complete to right. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That catch good for 5. It's third down. From the gun on third down, Stafford. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Stafford, that's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's first and goal. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. They'll go to Blunt, try and pound it in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. LeGarrette Blunt, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins have made this a 1-score game.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Lions. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Lions on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. A shotgun snap for Stafford. They're able to locate Wilson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On first, here's Washington. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Dwayne Washington, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions add on to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. They'll look to throw here on first down. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. And he goes in motion here in the backfield.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He'll look to throw. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up. after this. The Redskins on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
And the tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Taking chances, a little bit of a Gruden family trait. As Jay says, let's go here on 4th down. They'll hand it off to Kelly. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll drop the throw. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Stafford going to throw it. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. On first down, Abdullah. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. He's going to launch this thing. And this is caught inside the 5. So often in overtime, Charles, games are won or lost on one big play. That might have been that big play right there.
And the ability to execute it despite the stakes, because let's face it, we've been there before. We've seen guys, maybe they
The 49ers are now on the clock. Pick's been made. Let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about the player.
He was having a relatively quiet season this year, but we all know how one big showing can quickly turn things around. His late-game heroics and Hail Mary went down as one of the greatest moments of the entire season. Since then, he's continued to show a knack for stepping up his level of play in clutch situations and was able to pull off a string of impressive victories, each time increasing his draft stock. Some say you can only capture lightning in a bottle once, but I believe he can do it again. And apparently, his team does too.
The Raiders are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Colts pick is in. Adam, give us the rundown.
Just 2 years ago, he was on the boxing team for a small school before transferring and using his final year of eligibility to play football for a bigger program. Right away, he made an impact for the team, compensating for what he lacked in with pure intensity and aggression. He's going to need to learn to play more with his head and see the game differently at the next level, but he has all the tools to develop into a great player. It all comes down to what the coaches can get out of him, and this first off season will be a major test for him.
The Bills are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. Let's go to Adam now, who has more on the Bears' last pick.
I think if you go back and look at his all-star performance, you'll see what kind of linebacker he can be for this team. He was a tackling machine during the All-Star game, one of the few defenders to finish with over 10 tackles that day. But what scouts liked most out of his day was his sense of awareness and ability to read where the ball was going. He played with confidence and never let the option or play action catch him off guard, finishing with several tackles in the backfield. The GM loved what he saw out of him during All-Star Week, and it was a no-brainer taking him with this pick.
The Bengals are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. So they've just picked up Paul. What's the latest on him, Adam?
He looked like a man among boys at the All-Star game. Facing off against one of the better blockers in the draft, he was able to get pressure and was in the quarterback's face all day. And at least twice, he knocked the offensive lineman on his backside, finishing the play with a sack. Matt Miller came away impressed by more than just his aggressive play style. A lot of his pressures came from pure effort and proper use of his hands to shed the blocker. He was the difference maker in the All-Star game, and the team noticed.
The Packers are now on the clock. Packers pick is in. Let's go to Adam with more on Curry.
I've been told by a number of scouts that he has all the qualities you want to see in any NFL defensive back, and they usually follow that by referencing his pro day. The kid was a blur on the field, running just under a 4.5 in the 40. When it came to drills, he didn't disappoint either. His combination of speed, footwork, fluid hips, and pure instinct made a lot of scouts draw comparisons to a few shutdown corners currently in the NFL. That's a pretty flattering compliment. Now that he's been drafted, it's only a matter of time before we see if that comparison is an accurate one.
The Panthers are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Rams are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. All right, let's go to Adam Schefter, who's got more on this pick.
Accounting for over 200 receiving yards in the last game of his collegiate career, he burst onto the scene, going from a relatively unknown player to the draft's top tight end prospect in a matter of weeks. Sources tell me it wasn't his stat line that impressed scouts, but rather his route running. In the game, he put on a clinic, running a variety of routes and creating separation time and time again against one of the nation's best defensive backfields, a backfield loaded with future NFL talent. While his big game resume isn't deep, he should get an opportunity to compete for the starting job.
The Texans are now on the clock. Shefty, McKenzie, the pick here. What do you have to say?
Sources have told me that it was his impressive college all-star game MVP performance that solidified his positioning as one of the most sought-after defensive backs in this year's draft. He has a nose for the football and a willingness to attack the ball as it's in the air. Instincts are a trait that simply can't be taught, and many draft experts have compared him to a young Deion Sanders. If there's one knock on him that I consistently hear, it's that he needs to work on his tackling mechanics and strength. One scout even showed me film where he was shown struggling to bring down bigger backs and receivers one-on-one. He'll be meeting with a team nutritionist and strength coaches in the coming week as his new coaching staff feels that if they can bulk him up a bit, he'll win those battles.
The Giants are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. Adam, what can you tell us about that last pick?
He was one of the favorites to come out of the pro days purely for his want and desire to do everything the coaches and scouts asked him to do. He ran drill after drill, sometimes a second or third time, using a different technique. He didn't necessarily kill any single drill, but what he did do was display the ability to take instruction well and a great ability to adjust to different scenarios. He's a defensive back I can see playing any role in the secondary with some aptitude. We'll just see how the team plans to use him come September.
The Bears are now on the clock. All right, team is now off the clock. Adam Schefter, can you tell us about their newest player?
His college career came to an abrupt end this year when he was suspended from the team. I spoke with the school's athletic director, and he told me it was due to an academic violation. He was on probation and close to failing several courses before the decision was made between the director and his coach. He was able to turn his grades around, but his draft stock took a hit when the news broke. Scouts weren't too bothered by his academic issues, but his lack of playing time made it harder to evaluate him with the rest of his class. And now that he's drafted, I don't think the team is too concerned with his grades either.
The Eagles are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Rams are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Seahawks are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Bears are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock. The Dolphins are now on the clock. The Chargers are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock. The Cowboys are now on the clock. The Rams are now on the clock. The Jets are now on the clock. The Cardinals are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock. Now that the Ravens have made their pick, let's go to Adam Schefter to hear more about him.
He entered the season drawing comparisons to some of the most feared defensive linemen in NFL history after a midseason disappearing act that saw him record just 2 tackles in 5 games. Many scouts were left shaking their heads in disbelief. Even with the growing concern over his lack of production, there were some GMs who felt his poor stat lines were a direct result of the increased focus he began receiving as a result of his hot start. One pointed specifically to reports of offensive coordinators fashioning entire game plans around avoiding him, knowing that his fellow linemen were incapable of picking up his mantle. He'll now have a chance to prove believers right, as he's expected to see significant playing time in the preseason with a line far superior to the one he had in college.
The Lions are now on the clock. The 49ers are now on the clock. All right, now that the pick's in, let's go to Adam. Adam, what can you tell us about this guy?
The foundation of any good team starts up front, and here's a guy who's a franchise's dream come true.